The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I am Mon Gualvez. The Health Department says typhoid cases rose 77% in the first quarter of the year. The DOH says over 4,000 typhoid cases were recorded in the quarter, with the most cases coming from the Cordillera Administrative Region. Other areas with high typhoid cases include Northern Mindanao and Central Visayas. Typhoid cases also tripled in Mimaropa. Typhoid fever is a life-threatening infection usually spread through contaminated food or water. Its symptoms include stomach pain, cough, fatigue, and diarrhea or constipation. Loneliness is at an all-time high according to Google Trends. In the United States, some experts are even calling it an epidemic. The details in this Bloomberg report.
Searches for how to make friends and how to meet people have reached all-time highs. That's according to a recent Google Trends search report. But the loneliness crisis is not limited to our search bars. The US Surgeon General recently released a report saying that the problems of loneliness and isolation in the US have reached epidemic proportions. Studies show that the loneliness crisis has been worsening even before the pandemic, which forced us inside to avoid infection. And loneliness can be associated with problems with our physical health, elevated risk of heart disease, stroke, dementia in older adults, and even premature death. Besides indicating how lonely we feel, these search trends also show that we're looking to meet new people out in the world. Think of social infrastructure as potential points of connection, like libraries, parks, and public squares. Because however many friends we have on social media, what we're really looking for is that physical connection.
A farmers group warns that the country's white onion supply could last only until July. Agri Group Sinag says the country may have to import at least 7,500 metric tons of onions to prevent price increases in the market. Meanwhile, Sinag also voiced their concern over the pricing of biofertilizers in DA's Memorandum Order 32. Sinag Chairman Rosendo So told The Big Story that there is no basis for the DA's pricing of inorganic and biofertilizers. Sinag also claims that the biofertilizer being pushed for bidding has not been tested on crops.
Yung MO na linabas, medyo mataas nga yung presyo ng urea. Dapat, kasi kakatapos lang nila yung consultation with mga regional director. So, alam nila yung updated price ng urea. Yung pinost nila dun sa itong PhilJet, hindi pa tested. No? Pero yung iba kasi kung hindi tested, hindi natin alam talaga if it will help.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I am Mon Gualvez. Former Senator Leila de Lima remains detained in Camp Crame as she awaits the resolution of her petition for bail on her last illegal drug case. Justin Punsalang with the report.
Former Senator Leila de Lima happily waved to her supporters outside the Muntinlupa Regional Trial Court after being acquitted over the illegal drug trading charges filed against her. This is one of the remaining drug charges filed against the former senator. According to her legal counsel, Attorney Bonita Cardon, de Lima was grateful for the court's decision.
Kung narinig niya na siya ay acquittal, siya ay napaluha. At siyempre, tuwan-tuwa. Nagpapasalamat talaga siya sa hukuman, nagpapasalamat siya sa mga kababayan natin, nagpapasalamat siya sa inyong mga media na sinabi niya hindi siya pinabayaan at patuloy na sumama sa kanyang laban sa panggigipit.
Cardon said that among the reasons behind the decision to acquit de Lima was the lack of positive evidence. The retraction of former Bucor OIC Rafael Ragos's allegations against the detained former senator proved significant in her acquittal. This was also why de Lima's political ally Attorney Chel Jokno knew that she would be able to walk free soon.
Ultimo, nasa kamay ng judge yung desisyon na yan. But based on my reading of the evidence, there really was not enough evidence to convict her. Dahil nung nawala yung testimonya ni Ragos, ay wala na rin basehan yung kaso.
Ging Quintos Deles, who previously worked closely with de Lima, said that she felt both happy and hurt upon hearing the judge's decision.
Ibang klaseng saya, no? To finally, kasi syempre that was our hope, no? At alam ko all of this time naman na hinihintay namin ito sa lahat ng nangyayari. We were sure of her innocence, pero iba talaga yung narinig mo yung judge finally saying it.
De Lima's supporters were also unrelentless. They cheered on the former senator when they found out that she was acquitted. They said they never doubted de Lima's innocence.
Dahil alam po namin na wala pong ginawang mali si Senator.
Naniniwala kami na si Senator Leila de Lima ay inosente at napakahusay na senadora na kailangan natin ngayon ng ating bansa.
Meanwhile, progressive group Movement Against Disinformation said de Lima's acquittal was a proof of how truth will always trump dis and misinformation.
Could not imagine the judge making any other decision when such testimony, the only testimony against her, was discredited with a recantation. We're happy, truth prevailed. However, we have to ask the question, why did she stay in jail for 6 years with the result in the end to be acquittal?
De Lima will remain detained in Camp Crame while waiting for the resolution on her camp's petition for bail over the last illegal drug charges against her. For News 5, Justine Punsalang. We are One News.
Miss Universe bet Michelle D is hellbent on getting the crown for the Philippines later this year. Speaking at the pageant's after party last night, Michelle said she wants to be in good shape in vying for the country's 5th Miss Universe crown. She told reporters that she wants to showcase her authentic self and show the universe what it means to be an empowered Filipina. Michelle will be the Philippines delegate at the 72nd Miss Universe pageant to be held in El Salvador this year.
I will work 300% to make sure that we get that 5th crown. Hashtag Di Patapos, of course. And you know, I have such an amazing team behind me, and I know that the organization, the Miss Universe Philippines organization, will have my back and make sure that I am in tip-top shape to represent the Philippines.
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 10:45 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I am Mon Gualvez. We are One News.